Hey everybody, it's Mitch and welcome to my next video. Today we have got another Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 video, and today we will be talking about the Bard. More specifically, we're going to be talking about Bardic music. Now, Bardic music is something very unique to the Bard. It's the one thing that the Bard has that is unique to them, because the Bard is a jack of all trades. They get all sorts of things. They get melee, they get skills, they get spells. Those are all very good things, but other classes get those things. The Bard just gets all of them, unlike the other classes. But what the Bard gets that no one else does is Bardic music. So we'll be talking about that. Now, there's various different types of Bardic music. First off, you're going to get one use of it per level of Bard per day. Most prestige classes will not count towards this, although some will. It really depends. The various different ones you have, let's see, you get Countersong. It's okay. Fascinate's all right. Inspire Courage is one of the big ones that you're going to be using a lot. You'll also get Inspire Competence, which situational. Suggestion, that one's not bad. Inspire Greatness, this one's actually another one that you'll be using fairly frequently. It's pretty solid. You have Song of Freedom, which is again situational, and Inspire Heroics, which is okay, but you don't get it till super late, and it's all right. It really depends on the situation. And then you get Suggestion Mass. So let's go over these things in detail. Now, let's start with Inspire Competence. Let's start with the less good ones. Now, Inspire Competence, it basically just lets you use your Bardic Inspiration to give your allies or yourself a bonus on a skill check, which can be useful in the right situations. In combat, probably not the greatest, but out of combat, quite useful actually. People use skills out of combat all the time, and you can use this to give yourself a little bit of a boost, and your allies a bit of a boost. Not the worst thing in the world. Suggestion, of course, it's a pretty useful spell. The fact that you can do it with this Bardic Inspiration instead of a spell, kind of useful. Go back to Fascinate. Again, it's a decent spell. Not the best, but it's something. Song of Freedom, it has some uses. Again, it's situational. It'll get you out of a situation. You can potentially break enchantments with it, but it's not something that comes up a ton, and there's are better options, like Greater Dispel Magic, or just Dispel Magic. Let's see. What do we got? Countersong is actually not bad. Basically, it will let you, it'll make you more resilient against certain types of spells. Now, it's situational. You're not likely to be hit with these spells. It's not really the best, but if you see your enemies hitting you with a bunch of sound-based spells, yeah, this can actually be really useful because you can use your skill check, which is probably a lot higher than your saves, in place of the saves, which is just good. And you can even use that if you happen to take levels of Exemplar. You could even use that to like take a 10 and stuff on those to kind of just guarantee that you'll save the weaker stuff. So not bad. Although Exemplar is really not the best prestige class for Bard. It works, but there are way better options than that. Let's see. Inspire Courage. That one's just good. Getting plus, basically making all yours and your allies, all of your attacks have a +1 to attack and damage, and that goes up as you level up, and there's feats that can do that as well. We will get into that. Let's see, Inspire Greatness. That gives you the ability to gain extra hit dice for you and a few allies, or you don't even have to include yourself. You can just put it on a few allies. Makes them tankier. You could also use that to So by making them tankier, give them more health. It'll also make them resist a lot of spells that are hit die dependent, because it does actually add hit dice. On top of that, if your allies happen to, you can kind of make your caster level a little higher potentially, by if the person that's hit it with it happens to have practice caster. They can potentially up their caster level to make their spells a little harder to resist. So that's pretty nice. Let's see. Inspire Heroics is okay, but at the same time, one of the problems with it is you don't get it till later, and it basically gives you some bonuses on like a +4 on your saves, a few other things. They're all nice, definitely good in the right situation, but you have better options. Although, I mean, with as many Bardic inspiration uses as you're going to have by that point, okay, it's not so much that you're worried about, but you might want to cast spells or whatever. Speaking of which, let's get into some feats. Now, there is a feat. I forget what it's called. It's been a little while since I've looked into it. My friend Ryan, who you probably know from a couple of the other videos that have been shot, he's been helping me out with a lot with this, because he's something of an expert on Bardic inspiration. He's done a lot with it, and really, really cheesed the crap out of it. So anyways, there is a feat that will allow you to cast spells while using Bardic Inspiration, which is great. That is probably one of the best feats you can do for a bard that's going to be having at least something of a focus on Bardic music. So yeah, it's just real, as well as spells. It's just really good because it allows you to continue to fight with that option. The melee stuff you don't need to worry about. You can sing and fight at the same time without any real issue. I mean, that's not a problem. It's not that hard to sing while fighting. But casting spells while fighting is, while singing is tricky. This feat basically lets you like incorporate the words from the spell into your, into your song or whatever it is you're doing, which nice. Or if you're doing like another type of perform, like dancing or whatever, like you can use like your somatic component gestures to as part of your song. Like you can kind of incorporate that all together. So that's cool. Great feat to have. Another feat that that's one of the better ones, especially if you really want to focus heavy on Inspire Courage. Dragonfire Inspiration is really nice. Basically, instead of doing +1, 2, 3, 4, whatever to attack and damage, instead of that, you deal that many d6 of energy damage. Normally it's fire, but with a couple of feats, you can make that into another energy type, which generally better. A lot of things have resistance to fire, so it might be better to put something that is less commonly resisted. Let's see. There is a feat. I forget what it's called. I think it's like it's like it's something heart. But anyways, what it does is it will give you a +1 to all your Bardic musics. So, your Inspire Courages will all go up. Your Inspire Greatnesses will all go up. So that's really good. I think even Heroics might go up. So basically you get an extra +1 bonus on all those, which is really nice. So that's a great feat. It does require you to have Inspire Competence, so that's a reason to keep it around instead of trading it out for an alternate class feature or something, which there are some, but not the best. Let's see. On top of that, another good one is there's some good stuff in the, what is it? Book of Exalted Deeds that will make it so that you can double your Bardic Inspiration, so you can do twice as much. Now, that's a really great feat. It's one of the best ones. Now you have to be good in order to do that, because it is an exalted feat, and it does also deal non-lethal damage, and it does more the more benefit you're getting from it. But it can be quite useful. You can really gain a lot higher amounts and do way more damage with all the attacks with this. And non-lethal damage is pretty easy to get rid of. I mean, if you have fast healing, that'll get rid of that plus regular damage. Yeah, non-lethal damage, it's not super bad. It won't kill you. It'll just potentially knock you out, and it's also easy to remove. So not bad. That's actually one of the better feats to take. So those are the ones that I know of. If you really want to get into Bardic inspiration, that's kind of my little tips and tricks and tutorials and all that. If there's anything you guys want to know, feel free to leave something down in the comments. Love hearing from you guys. Also, if you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And ring the bell to get those notifications. That way you don't miss out on any of these videos, and helps out. Also, especially seeing as, I need to get more subscribers if I want to actually be able to do this full time. Anyways, let's see. And share the video. That helps out a ton. So if you know anybody who might enjoy this video, consider sharing it for, like a forum or anything. But anyways, that's really all I have to say. So as always, I'm Mitch. I'll be seeing you.